Hi Cancer, happy birthday and welcome to your July 2020 Astrology 33 bonus love reading. Thank you to those of you who've liked, viewed, shared, subscribed, and donated to the channel. I appreciate all of that. For those of you interested in booking a personal reading with me, just check out the description of the video for more details. As far as what we have in front of us, this is what I call the bridging the gap spread, and the way it works is the cards on the left side represent your energy toward the connection with your main love interest. Cards on the right side represent their energy toward the connection. And these are the past energies, present energies, future energies. Then once we get through all those, we'll actually pull some oracle cards to some additional insight. That's where the bridging the gap dynamic comes into play. And as for the decks being used, on the left side we have the Lover's Path Tarot, on the right side we have the Tarot of Sexual Magic. Alright, and keep in mind this is a general reading, so while I'm going to refer to the cards on the left as your energy, if it feels more like the cards on the right are your energy, then definitely trust that. Alright, so getting started with the past energy on your side, we have the Four of Cups. So this is actually Cancer energy. It represents the last 10 degrees of Cancer. And really what I see here is it looks like for whatever reason they might have actually made an offer to you, possibly even multiple offers, but it looks like you weren't really interested in those offers. I'm picking up on a vibe that maybe you just weren't taking them seriously for some reason. And the reason I say that is because, we see the cups there on the ground, and then if we look at her, she has her back turned to the cards on that side. So for some of you, it could just be a distance thing. That's definitely a possibility as well, or maybe you guys just weren't located in the same area. Maybe with all the craziness going on this year, you guys just couldn't be in the same space physically. But aside from that, though, I feel like there definitely seemed to be some reluctance to accept their offers in the past. Past energy on their side, we have the Ten of Pentacles. So this is actually Virgo energy here. And for you guys, that represents your third house of communication. So what this could just be saying is they might have offered you a stable connection, but I'm really picking up on, for whatever reason, you might have felt like they were just telling you what you wanted to hear. Well, actually, the reason I'm drawn to that particular message is just looking at the artwork, how there's that mirror there. So I feel like that, to me, says that you guys just felt like they were just trying to tell you what you wanted to hear. So yes, maybe you did want a stable connection, but for whatever reason, you might not have found that, their offer was actually reliable or believable at the time. And that could just be with all the energy that we've had at play. Venus retrograde is finally over, but Venus has been in your 12th house for a long time, so there could be some confusion around love there. Now you guys have Mercury retrograde in your sign, so there definitely could have been some confusion and where you felt like you couldn't necessarily trust messages coming your way. So definitely doesn't surprise me in that regard. All right, present energy on your side, we have the Queen of Cups. So this is actually more Cancer energy. This is the court card for Cancer. Now here, if we look at the body language, it's a lot different. So to me, I feel like you're getting more confidence in yourself at the very least, but also it seems like you're starting to get a little bit more confidence in the connection. And I feel like you're starting to view the person more seriously now. Given that we see that moon in the background, this can just be pointing to around the time of that full moon eclipse that you guys are going to have in Capricorn, which is your opposite sign. So that's going to be pretty early in the month, around the 5th, I believe. So it could just be pointing to that timeline where maybe for whatever reason your perspective on them might shift. That's going to be the last eclipse in Capricorn for around 9 years or so too. So there's also that. So it could just be saying that, whatever lessons you might have had to learn throughout that time regarding partnerships, you might finally feel like you're back on track as far as that goes. But yeah, it definitely looks like there's a little bit more confidence now in the connection and also a bit more interest because obviously, like we saw there in the past position, she had her back turned. Now she's actually facing toward the cards on that side. All right, present energy on their side. Got 2 cards, if I could get the second one. All right, there we go. We have the Knave of Chalices, which is the equivalent of the Page of Cups, and the Queen of Swords, which is actually Libra energy. So what I'm picking up on here is this could just be saying that they could be thinking about reaching out to you. It looks like they're having some frustration around that. Like it looks like this guy is trying to write a letter, but obviously it looks like there's some crumpled up balls of paper on the floor there. It looks like he's crumbling up another one. So this could just be saying that they're trying to reach out to you. And again, that moon draws my attention. So this could definitely be something you might hear from them around the time of that full moon. Looks like they've been considering reaching out to you. And I feel like what this particular card is saying is that they could just find you intimidating in some way. So, I mean, not that that's a reputation you guys have as cancers, right? But could just be saying that for whatever reason they're intimidated by you, but it does look like there's still attraction there too, right? I mean, it looks like she's definitely attracted to them, but it might just feel like they might feel like you're making them jump through hoops to get close to them for whatever reason. And that could just be why, they're getting frustrated, getting caught in their heads, trying to find just the right message to say. For some, you just could even say that they want to suggest moving in together as well. Given that Libra is, for you guys, your fourth house of home and family. So that's what I see there. And future energy on their side, we have Fortune. So this is the equivalent of the Wheel of Fortune. And really what this to me says is that you're going to have some luck around the connection. This could just be saying that you might start to get some signs and synchronicities as far as whether you should or shouldn't enter into the connection with this person. But again, I do feel like this is saying that you're going to have some luck with the situation. Obviously, this representing Jupiter energy, you guys have Jupiter in your opposite sign. It's retrograde right now, but I feel like that could just be giving you an opportunity to see things from a different perspective now. And like I said, with this, the way this sticks out to me, obviously, it doesn't like someone who's physically in the room with her. So that's why I feel like this could just be saying that maybe in your dreams, or you just might hear a certain song, for example, that might help sway your decision one way or the other. And again, keep in mind, like I was saying too, that you still have a lot of 12th house energy because even though we now have Venus moving direct, it's going to be hanging out in your 12th house pretty much through the rest of July. So that's what I see there. And future energy on their side, we have the Queen of Pentacles and the Two of Swords. So this is more Libra energy here. And this is actually Capricorn energy, which for you guys is your opposite sign. So again, I'm getting that vibe that I feel like they just might feel like you're intimidating for whatever reason. And with that, I feel like they will extend that offer to you eventually, but I feel like they might already feel like you might reject them if we look at the body language there. So I feel like that's a concern of theirs, but it looks like they are going to get over that concern and still move toward you anyway. And again, like I said, for some, you just can't represent that they really do want to come forward with a stable commitment this time. So, like I said, it might have been their intention all along, but maybe in the past, for whatever reason, you just felt like it was all talk on their part. So now they just might be trying to come forward with more concrete things to show you that they do mean it. And bottom of the deck, on your side, we have the Two of Pentacles. Well, it's the Two of Coins in this deck, but same thing. So Capricorn energy here too. So this could just be saying that maybe even your feelings for them run hot and cold. I always say that because the two coins, we see the one there is definitely red, and then the other one almost gives me that icy vibe. So it's like, okay, one minute you feel like, yeah, I want to be with them, the next you don't, right? And maybe that's even what that body language was saying there too. With your back turned, now you're looking toward them. Now in the future, you're like, oh, I don't know, I'm looking for some sign from outside, right? So it could just be saying that that's part of the situation too. And then the bottom of the deck on their side, we have the Three of Chalices. So this is actually the Three of Cups, and it's also Cancer energy. And what always stands out to me with this card is that egg, which to me represents fertility, which to me says that again. I feel like they really feel like this connection has a lot of potential. And it could just be saying that, given that this is Cancer energy, obviously that you're on their mind a lot, and obviously there's a passionate attraction toward you as well. All right, and moving on to the Oracle cards next. First, we'll see if we get anything from the Mystic Moon Oracle deck here. And for those of you who haven't seen this type of video from me before, I actually did pre-shuffle the deck before we started recording. And all I'm going to be looking for here is just some jumpers. So first, I'll be looking for any unspoken messages from you to them, and then from them to you. And if I shuffle for a while and nothing comes up, I just take that as a sign to move on to the next Oracle deck, since it's just a general reading. Alright, so like I said, first we'll see if we get any unspoken messages from you to them. Okay, nothing coming up, but I'll give it a few more shuffles before we move on. Alright, yep, and next we'll see if we get any unspoken messages from them to you. Oh, actually got two it looks like, but they fell, so give me a second, I'll go get those. Okay. Alright, let's see what we got. Okay, your beauty still moves me, so nothing too earth-shattering there, but obviously, like I said, it does look like there's definitely an attraction, especially with that Three of Cups that I mentioned at the bottom of the deck. And the grass wasn't greener on the other side. So, this is an interesting message because for some of you, then, this could say that maybe that was the issue. Maybe this was someone who did possibly offer you something stable, but then maybe it was a combination of energies where maybe because you were giving them a bit of a cold shoulder, they might have went off to another connection, and now they could be coming back around again. Big surprise if that happens during the Mercury retrograde, right? So maybe that's what it is too. And then for some of you, this could just be saying that would indicate why you might have had that cold energy toward them, because they might have actually left the connection behind, and now they're trying to make that up to you. But if that's the case, it does look like you will take them back, but then that could explain why they feel like you might really be making them jump through hoops to get back in your good graces too. So hopefully that resonated with you guys. And the next thing is we'll see if we get a message from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck here. Same situation, I did pre-shuffle this deck, but here I'm just looking for one card, and then we'll wrap up. Nope, almost had one there. In worst case, if I shuffle for a little longer and nothing comes up, we'll just pull a random card, but I do like to at least get one card from this deck. Yeah, we'll just pull a card, so give me a second to put the deck down. And like I said, we'll just pull random cards. Give me a second. Alright, go with this one here. Alright, you guys got Orphaned. There's the artwork, and the number is 5. So just seeing that alone makes me think that this would probably resonate for those of you where if they did possibly leave the connection behind, or like I said, even if you were, for whatever reason you weren't really accepting their offers and they might have just moved on to another person, and now they're coming back in the picture. So if that was your storyline, this is probably going to resonate with you guys more, but we'll see what it says. Okay, it says a sense of loss, an identity crisis, recognizing that you don't fit in, the need to belong, uncertainty about your place. The Oracle's message: we were all meant to have connections with other people within our families, society, and the larger culture. No man is an island, and it's important to recognize when being a part of, rather than separate from, is essential to your well-being. The issue at hand is the need to find where you fit. Be true to your core truths and values. Perhaps you no longer identify with a group or community the way you did before and need to find a new situation. You might be feeling a deep sense of loss or confusion. Address the need for belonging and know that you will find your place with others of like mind and spirit. It's okay to let go of pressure to fit in. Not everyone will understand you. It's time to move on. So, definitely an interesting message there. And let's see what the actual relationship message says. It says, as you shift and evolve and commit to your own growth, you long for support, but may be disappointed and hurt by others who are not providing what you feel you deserve. Perhaps you are drifting away from this relationship because you're in a different stage of personal growth. Perhaps you are in a new relationship and discovering that you don't share the same values and beliefs, so you feel left out, unable to get to that intimate place of safety and belonging. Take heart, as Spirit knows you and loves you, and will steer you in the direction of those who accept you as you are, without artifice or agenda. Don't compromise to yourself to belong. It won't be worth the price. So it's an interesting message there. The reason I say that is because I feel like this, for a lot of you, this might be energy that you guys already went through. What I mean by that is with that Four of Cups, I could see that energy there where, like I said, you might have felt like something wasn't up to your standard. So you might have turned your back on those offers and those types of connections. And now, like I said, in the present, it looks like you're pretty much out of the other side of that energy. So I feel like for a lot of you, if it hasn't happened yet, it probably happened soon. Like I said, most likely around the time of that full moon in Capricorn. So this could just be saying that it might have taken for you to really take that hard stance with this person and, say, hey, I'm not going to accept anything less than what I deserve. If that's the case, I feel like this is saying that they actually will step up. I suppose it's possible for others of you. This can just be saying that by doing so, there might be a new person that comes into the picture. But really, for the majority of you, I think this is saying that by you standing your ground, that person's actually going to step up to the plate and actually offer you something more serious. So hopefully that resonated with you guys. We'll wrap up there. Once again, happy birthday. I'll see you guys next month. All right. Bye.